What up? It's D coming at you from Wareham MX, Wareham, Massachusetts. It's June 10th, 2021. This video is just an overview of my opinion on a stock ECU or a VORTEX ECU on a 2021 HUSQVARNA FC350. Same goes for the KTM SX350. The unit fits from 2019 to 21. I'm gonna do a lap here on the track today at Wareham MX just to give you an idea of what to look for when we compare the maps versus the stock and the VORTEX. Anyway, the track, I wasn't feeling it today. This is it was kind of rough, so I didn't know what to expect. There was some soft spots and really like sharp edge spots, and I just wasn't flowing on it too well today. But like this section was really sandy. I'm going to give you an overview just so you can see what I want to point out where it's better on with the stock ECU or the VORTEX. This turn right here was real concrete, like hard packed with like dust on top, like silt dust. Going into the square edge bump straight away to this tabletop. The tabletop was typical, really big braking bumps, like right here. You can see the bike moving around. This was real soft. The big rollers right here, coming into this jump, had no lip, couldn't really hit it. Square edge bump in here. This is hard packed. This right-hander was like a stand-up, kind of like hard-packed, slippery. It was a hard base. I just didn't know what to do. Slippery on top. So these are big, like sandy rollers. I struggled with this every time, so I always try to practice them. I'm gonna also show you installation on the VORTEX ECU. It's fairly easy. I'm gonna go through that. I just got a quick video here. There's the VORTEX ECU, the bike, KTM, HUSQVARNA, same thing. Just rip the side panel off how you typically would. And on this HUSQVARNA, there's one seat bolt, like above the air filter. I'm going to be pointing at it in a second, right there. Take your 8mm bolt out, slide the seat back towards the rear fender and pull up at the end. There is the stock ECU, and it has a IAT sensor, I believe, on the one side. So you're gonna pull up to get it off the two brackets on the side, and pop the connector off, slide that sleeve off, pop the connector off. You gotta squeeze it and then pull back. So you gotta make sure you squeeze it, the tab lifts up. Install it until it clicks right there. Slide your water protective boot over it. Slide this. Those are the fuel maps. The X10 one is on the right, and the other three are fuel trims. You can rich, lean, the low, mid, and high. Put the sleeve back on, push it in, and the two pigtails that come with it, you just wrap around so they're not gonna get damaged with anything before you put the seat on. Make sure you have clearance. Slide your seat on, and you're gonna have to adjust the throttle position. You reset it, but I'm gonna go over that in a second. Tighten your seat, put your number plate on, and to reset your throttle position sensor, you hold the kill switch and the start button for 1 second, just without touching anything else, and then go full throttle. While holding full throttle, hit both of those buttons at the same time for 1 second again. I know I cranked it a little bit more, but you might not need to do this, but I did it anyway because it says in the instruction sheet. Started the bike, you can instantly hear the difference in idle. It's more choppy sounding. I switched between the maps 1 and 2. So explanation here. Map 1 is always going to be map 1, even if, so you don't want map 1 on your X10 dial on the VORTEX ECU to be on 1, because that means map 1 will be 1 on the bar and map 1 on number 2 position on your bar switch. So change it so number 2 is the one that goes to the dial. So say I put mine on map 3 because I called Chad at XPR. He's who programmed this ECU for $1,000. It's the ECU with 10 maps. he told me that map 1 is a power map, and then map 3 is a power map rich. So we're gonna go out and do some laps with the map 1 power map. Here we go. I'm gonna have 2 videos kind of like side by side so you can see any differences. I have a couple of things going on. I have a picture on picture and 2 speedometers starting in this turn. This section was really sandy and the bike was like on steroids coming out of this. I could not believe the power difference. It was crazy, especially here too. This was high speed choppy section. It was like a washboard right here. I really couldn't understand how the bike handled so well. It changed the characteristic of the suspension. I don't know why, but before the bike was kicking everywhere, and this is later in the day now, so it should be worse, but the bike just floated over everything. I couldn't believe it. That's where I noticed the most benefit, was how it smoothed out the suspension. I'm assuming it has something to do with the engine braking being reduced with his map programs. This section was awesome. Like, there's big braking bumps right here. So the big screen is with map 1, and the little screen on the top right is the stock ECU. Hitting this jump right here was easier with map 1 on the VORTEX, especially right here in this dry section. Like, coming out of this, I could just like get on the gas. These big rollers right here, I don't know how come, but like I could ride the outside edge, not in this lap, but further in the video, I believe I ride the outside edge and I'm standing up and it handles it so much better. The power in these deep sand berms, I can't believe it. Like, it's supposed to be roughly like 9 horsepower, Chad was saying, with his maps. But right here, it's like a washboard section, you can't tell, but the bike floated over it like nothing. I was in shock. These big holes right here, they're kind of like rollers. I didn't have enough power before, and it's going right through like nothing. Over the braking bumps right there, I don't feel half of it as bad. Big rollers here, I'm going right through it. This was like sketchy washboard to the jump. It tamed everything down. It took head shake out. It increased power. I really am happy that I made this purchase. I'm not trying to sell this to you guys. I'm just trying to show you, because I spent $1,000 and I had to make sure that it's worth it to me. The power gains and mostly the bike steering and suspension characteristic of it, like on high speed, sharp angle bumps, it floats over it. I don't know why. I can't explain that to you. Chad at XBR probably could, but I just was loving it. I was having fun. I was trying some flat track, kind of like uphill. It was pulling a wheelie like up here with the VORTEX coming down here into this turn. It just was awesome. Anyway, there's another portion of the video where I change maps from 1 and 3, which you'll see. It'll come up in a few. But I'm comparing the 2 screens, and I noticed on the straightaways I'm getting at least like 1 or 2 mph ahead of it. And on the screen, obviously you can see I'm ahead of the stock ECU screen on the lap. And the big screen is my 3rd moto. The little screen is my 2nd 15-minute moto. So the track just got worse, and I'm going faster on the track. It was just so much smoother. The power delivery right here, I could point shoot, go over these acceleration bumps like nothing, right? I was wowed by this. So if you were to ask me, is this worth it? I'd say all day long. Best mod you could make for probably any bike. But the Husky and KTM, it just really made the suspension smoother and woke up the bike like substantially. And I didn't want more power. I just wanted more over rev is all I was looking. I didn't expect the suspension to be that much smoother. So when I tried the rich map, we'll get to it in a second. I noticed the difference between map 1 and map 3. I didn't try any other maps because they're all like just stuff I wouldn't use. One's like a torque map, one's a smooth map, an elevation map. Then you got a couple standard maps. Chad just said 1 and 3 are the ones you want to like have programmed. So this is map 3. I'm trying it, and what I noticed about the Map 3 was there was way more like over rev and more power, like more top end, but lost a little bit of bottom end. So like right here, it's like real torquey once I'm in the RPM range. It feels like a 450 now. That's the only comparison. With the Vortex going on a 350, putting the Vortex in it, felt like I was on a 450. But with like a lighter bike, it just seemed like so much more power. This area, the bike was like kind of lugging in the thick stuff until I got the RPM up, but like on high speed stuff, it wanted to over rev. You can hear the bike rev higher, like places like here. The difference between Map 1 and 3 I noticed was that jump. When I was in Map 1, it felt more controlled and balanced. On Map 3, it just felt like the back end was heavier for some reason. I don't know if it was engine braking settings or not, but that's the two main maps that he set up. This area right here, it was great. Map 3 worked well, like hitting the jump. The ass end just seemed to stay heavy. I don't know why. But on sections like here, or like a long straightaway track, like let's say a Southwick, Massachusetts track, MX338, I might want the Map 3 for more like top end. But I'm going to use mostly Map 1 because of the bottom end. I was liking that setting. It was just great. So like I was saying, I would purchase this all day long. I wouldn't be afraid. I know it's $1,000 for the whole unit. Well worth it if you're looking to get like a little bit more, or a lot more power. But the suspension feeling that it increased was worth its weight in gold. I just like right here too, like I could wheel tap all that going into this berm with just more confidence, more power pulling through these rollers. It was night and day. And this Vortex ECU requires no race fuel. It's just 91 pump gas. All the maps are set for 91 pump gas on it. You can use T4 is the max you can use. I believe that's 93 octane. But all the maps are mapped to pump 91 pump fuel or T4 straight. Don't recommend cutting it. It's not a benefit of yours, so you're just wasting your money. But it ran awesome on pump fuel. So I'm doing a moto. I did probably like 5 motos today, and I wasn't focusing on my riding style, so don't mind it. Like right here, I was having fun with the new map because I could stand up and just like ride them. It got me over them much quicker. It was ballsy. I don't know. Super stoked. I recommend it. I recommend Chad at XPR. He's really good with these maps. I don't think you can reprogram the stock ECU on the 21 KTM or HUSQVARNA, but he told me it was worth it, and I believed in him, and man, it really is. I could not believe it. I was like, yeah, buddy, this thing just wanted more. Like right here, it's like, give me more fuel, eat some, you know? But anyway, I swapped around with some maps like on the track. You might be able to see it in the later video where I went slow in a turn just to see like back to back. I really like Map 1 on this track. Map 3 was too much top end. It had more over rev, but Map 1 just felt way better in the turns to me. More power, like more low end. I like it. Alright, well, this concludes it. If there's something that you wanted to hear or know about the Vortex or the bike, I'm trying a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be doing some more small reviews on other products that I got for this bike. This bike is in stock form, by the way. Just a Vortex ignition. Anyway, you can enjoy the rest of the moto. Comment if you have any questions. I'll answer anything I can answer. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you later at the next one. Big thumbs up to the Vortex ECU and Chad at XPR for programming the whole thing up for me. Anyway, we'll catch you on the next one. All right, later.